Before we get into the video, I need you guys to do me a favour. Number 1, like the video. Also comment. Let me know your thoughts on the story. Notorious Manchester gangster Dessie Noonan, who was part of the Noonan crime family, was a violent drug, crack and coke addict. That's not to take away from the fact that he was a political fixer and an intimidating figure in the greater Manchester underworld that was said to have been responsible for the BNP not gaining traction in Manchester. Without hard drugs, Dessie was smart, opinionated, resolute, and loyal and tough in anything that he did. But a Dessie on hard gear was a shell of his tough man's self. As one of 14 children, Dessie had his fingers in many crimes: armed robbery, shootings, stabbings, extortions, and also controlling the city's drug trade through taking over a lot of clubs. At 6 feet tall and weighing in at 20 stones, there weren't many men that could oppose the gangster. But Dessie's vices destroyed him and ultimately contributed to his own M. He was open about his usage, so much so that the Noonan crime family had warned other drug dealers in the city they were not to sell Dessie Noonan gear. If they would be met with real consequences. Now Desmond Patrick Noonan, or Dessie for short, had links to the Irish Republican. He also boasted on camera to being linked to at least 27 M's and had more GUNs than the police. Now, as a gangster and a crime figure, Dessie went on trial for the M of White Tony Johnson, a leading figure of the Cheaton Hill gang, who was fatally on a car park at the Penny Black pub. Dessie was forced to sit at trial twice. The first trial collapsed after the witnesses said that they had been paid a visit, and the second trial resulted in Dessie being acquitted of the M. Now Dessie then faced more hardship. He lost his brother Damien, who had died in a motorbike accident while on holiday in the Dominican Republic. Now Dessie sought refuge and solitude in drink and drugs. The drug of choice was crack, and effectively it chiselled away everything that made Dessie Dessie. It eventually took over Dessie's nights and his days. The same drugs that he sold, he was now forcing his friends and associates to score it for him in secret. And in March 2005, a few weeks before the release of the Noonan crime family documentary was supposed to be released, Dessie wanted to get high after a night out of singing and drinking in a park public house in Northern Moor. In a drunken stupor, Dessie showed up at Derek mcduffus's home, a yardie gangster and a dealer who flat out told Dessie, "I will K you," after the two men fell out after Yardie Derek accused Dessie as being responsible for stealing his stash of Class A gear. Ultimately, Dessie was drunk and could not react quick enough or protect himself when he showed up at Yardie Derek's home. Derek opened his front door armed with a blade and then allegedly stabbed Dessie, leaving him to leak out in the middle of the road, and sadly, it was due to the drugs. Stay safe, safe.